Good morning. Good morning, Maidstone. I was the only person in 2014 who said there will be a war in Ukraine. I can't take those words away, and nor would I want to. The fact that I was more far-sighted than the rest of our political leaders is not something that I'm going to apologise for. And yet this has been turned into Farage makes outrageous statement. Farage defends Putin. Well, I've done none of those things. I would never, ever defend Putin and think his behaviour in Ukraine and elsewhere has been reprehensible. But if we're going to think towards a peace at some time in the not too distant future, perhaps it might be helpful to understand what went wrong in the first place. Our leaders have no knowledge of history. Our leaders had no knowledge of Russian psychology. And none of this justifies what he's done. And who knows, he may have done it anyway, but we gave him to give his people a reason for doing so. But no, it's me. I'm the bad guy, and I'm all over the front page of the Daily Mail for daring to stand by what I said all those years ago. And overnight, their most famous columnist, no doubt their best paid columnist, a man called Boris Johnson, has said that I am morally repugnant for suggesting this might have been a causal factor in this appalling war that has now got perhaps nearly 1 million dead and wounded and shows no sign of changing. Well, let's have a little look at something, guys, shall we? Here is Boris Johnson. Daily Mail, are you watching? Here is Boris Johnson from 2016. This is what Boris said. Boris blames the European Union for war in Ukraine. The former mayor is called a Putin apologist after challenging Brussels expansionism. Well, perhaps it's Boris Johnson that's morally repugnant and not me, I don't know. But can you see the sheer level of hypocrisy? Can you see the nonsense of all of this? And let's be clear, this man will go down as the worst Prime Minister of modern times, a man who betrayed an 80-seat majority. Who opened the door to mass immigration? Boris Johnson. Who betrayed the will of Brexit voters? It was Boris Johnson. He pretended to be a Conservative, but he governed as a Green.